This is Basketball More Than a Game with your hosts, Coach Goins and Coach Quick. Former high school coach and player have teamed up again to share their knowledge of the game and life skills on and off the court. Now here are Coaches G and Q.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Christmas week. That is right, Christmas 2021. And this is Coach Goins, and I am in the studio in VA. And Coach Quick is to my left in the studio in North Carolina. Coach Quick, what's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Coach G? You want to know what's popping with Coach Q? Well, Coach Q is so excited about our special guest via telephone today. I feel like I'm on the set of The Voice, just waiting on that wow moment from a dynamic singer. So after this short break, Coach G is going to come right back and introduce our very special guest. So make sure those sneakers are laced up tight.
All right, Coach Quick, I appreciate that setup. And just like you said, you know what? Make sure you got your sneakers on and laced up tight, because today we are going somewhere we have never been before. No, we're not in space. We're not in the gym. We are both in the studio, but via telephone. We'd like to welcome Mr. Matt Johnson. People say, who's Matt Johnson? If you don't know, you're going to know when we finish this show. Matt, welcome to Basketball More Than a Game.
Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So, folks, you say, who's Matt Johnson? You may recognize his lyrics and his voice from The Voice. He was on The Voice a couple years back. He is, again, in the studio, and he's going to be talking, and something really, really dynamic is happening. His new project is going to drop this week. That is right. Christmas week, so we cleared our calendar, and we have him on to discuss his latest project, life, everything that's going down. So with that, Coach Q, I know you a singer, but this guy is like at another level.
Oh, wow.
Right? So with that, I'll go ahead, Coach Quick, kick us off.
Yes, sir. Matt, it's a pleasure to have you on the show today, sir.
Thank you, man. I feel the same way. So,
Yes, sir. First question, music is your passion.
yes,
At
sir.
what age did the light go off for you to know that this is what you wanted to do / pursue?
Wow, man, that's a good question. If I really try to think about like the first vivid image I have in my head, I've been singing and playing the piano and doing anything I could since I was like 5 or 6 years old. My parents got me my first piano to start taking piano lessons when I was like 7 years old. So I've been doing it pretty much my whole life. And just ever since I was a little kid, something about just getting on the stage and just putting a mic in my hand, there's just something about it that's always just been very addictive for me, and I just love it so much, and I'm grateful to God that I have a gift that I can go out and do what I love as a profession. So many people would kill to be able to go out and do this as their job, so I'm just very grateful and blessed.
Yes, sir. I can tell you definitely you have an amazing voice from what I've seen and heard, and just keep allowing God to use you as his instrument and keep singing for the glory of him.
I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm very, very grateful. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coach G, I see you. I'm kicking it over to you.
Well, you know what? You guys are singers, right? And Matt, you don't know this, but back in the day, Coach Quick would sing the national anthem before the basketball games. So that was pretty cool. He'd stand there and hold. He'd sing, and then on senior night, he was dressed out, so he'd do the national anthem, then go out and get on the court and play the game. So
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then plus, Coach Quick, you don't know, Matt, if you don't mind, since we're talking about the national anthem, share with the listening audience where you did the last national anthem.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah, I just probably had one of the coolest experiences of my life, guys. One of my best friends is a coach for the National Women's Soccer League, so I just got an opportunity to go to New York City and perform for Gotham Football Club. It's like a professional women's soccer club. Got to perform the national anthem at a huge outdoor stadium, no monitor, just had to sing with the sound of the stadium. It was like the craziest experience of my life in front of, I don't know, like 5,000-7,000 people. It was crazy. Absolutely awesome. So I love singing the national anthem. I've done it a bunch of times, actually, here in Charlottesville at John Paul Jones Arena in front of like 15,000 people. Done it a couple times. I love it. So, but I've never sang it and then got on the court and started playing with the ball. So that's great. That's crazy. All right.
But no,
that's outstanding, though.
yeah,
That's the skills. All right.
yeah, but that was I don't know why. When you guys were going back, and I said you singers were talking, and I just thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I knew that Matt had been in New York, dropping those Star Spangled Banner on the citizens up that way. So here's my question, Matt. So, and I think you touched on it. So many people think about the music path and they really want to do that. What advice would you give that newcomer to the scene? Kind of, if you don't mind, kind of take us there. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, absolutely. The first thing that comes to mind, I'm gonna tell y'all what one of my best mentors in high school told me. She was just like a professional acting teacher. I had a lot of experience growing up in musical theater. So one of my best mentors, she told me, Matt, you are incredibly talented, and I can tell that you love this so much. I would tell this to anybody. If there's anything else on earth you can see yourself doing, go do that. Because music, doing this industry is ridiculously hard. But if you love this, if you really truly love it, like, it's the most rewarding thing in the world. So pursue it wholeheartedly. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't sing. I've been doing this my entire life. I'm about to turn 30 years old next year, guys. I feel the gray hairs coming in on my chin. And I just really encourage people to not let no's stop you, because kind of taking it on to my story with The Voice, if the people out there that are listening to this don't know my whole story with it, I auditioned for The Voice every single year from the first season it aired on television in 2011. It took me all the way until 2018 for that to happen. So there's no magic key to this thing, but persistence and belief in yourself. And just like Lamont, I feel like you might have been one of the first people that told me this, and I say this to myself all the time, like, I surrender all to God. If you are passionate about what you're doing and you surrender it up to the big dude upstairs, it's gonna work out. It just is. So yeah.
Excellent. So I appreciate you
There's
sharing.
There's my novel for you.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, so Coach Quick, I see you sitting over there with your lemon juice and water to keep your throat ready to go. So I'll toss it to you.
Yes, sir. Matt, how do you really know that you can sing? Is it feedback, or what are ways to really get that green light that will indicate you have the voice?
That's a hard question to ask. I don't know. I think the best way I can answer that is, for me, I just love to do it, man. And I can tell when I go out there and I'm having a good time, other people are having a good time. And I guess that's how I can tell, like, people love what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've had lots of people in my life tell me, you're great, you're blah, 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 you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I just really enjoy doing it, and I hope when people hear me sing, they feel that energy, and that's what it's about for me. So,
yes, sir. Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna put you on the spot for a second. Give our listening audience just a little something.
Well, it's Christmas time, and Christmas is my favorite time of the year, man. And my album that drops on Sunday is a Christmas album, so I guess we'll just do a little bit of Christmas song.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good call, Coach Quick.
Yes, sir.
Let me think about it for a second. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Oh yeah. Hey, we can keep singing forever.
Wow.
There's a little bit of
All right.
Hey,
Coach.
Put me on the spot, man. All right.
That's all right. Hey,
Man,
yeah,
that was outstanding.
yes, sir.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
it. I love Christmas music.
You know what?
So, all right.
And that was tight. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna step away real quick, but who we have on today via telephone, none other than recording artist Matt Johnson from Stanton, Virginia, and we'll be back after this quick break.
Yeah. What do you tell me what you want, yeah. What do you tell me what you want, yeah. You ain't gotta ask, you ain't gotta beg, just tell me what you want, I'll give you anything, just don't leave me alone on Christmas. And I got the fire going, come on over baby, don't leave till morning, check your list, I got everything on it.
All right, folks, we are back in, and you know what? No, that wasn't Coach G singing, and it wasn't Coach Q. It was our very special guest via telephone, Matt Johnson, recording artist from Stanton, Virginia. And you say, Matt Johnson? Yes, Matt Johnson, that was on The Voice. He's got a project, and he's going to be talking about that in a few minutes. Coach Quick put him on the spot, just like, it was just like he had to hit some pressure free throws down the line, no time on the clock to win the championship, and he nailed it. Up and down. So with that, Matt, if you don't mind, share with our audience about the project that's dropping Sunday, and you have the mic.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm really, really excited about this Christmas project I'm putting out on Sunday, honestly. So when you're on a show, one of those big television shows, they put you under pretty restrictive contracts that you can't put out your own music, you can't do this, you can't do that. So like this year, 2021 is one of the first years that I'm totally free of all of my chains. I can do whatever I want. So on Halloween, I put out half of my album called A New World Part 1 on Halloween. Really excited about it. People liked it. I was very excited about it. And then I was going to put out a part 2, but then just some things happened. The music industry is shady, man. I'll just be honest with you. Being a person who sings and plays the piano and produces my own music and everything, like it's just a hard game. So what I had planned kind of went on the back burner, and I was like, hey, I love Christmas music. We're going to do a Christmas album. So I hope everybody's really, really excited to just like sit at home with a nice cup of hot cocoa and listen to my Christmas album. It's some of your like favorite classic songs, Carol of the Bells, stuff like that, and some of my original music. And I have some of the best players in Virginia playing on it. I'm very, very excited. There's a saxophone player that's probably one of the most sought after saxophone players in the state of Virginia named Charles Owens. He's playing on my original song called By the Tree, blah, 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 blah. I'm just really excited about it, guys. Christmas is my favorite time of year. I just hope that my music really reminds everybody to slow down and like be seriously grateful for what we have, especially after last year. I'm not just being stupid. Like seriously, for me, my mom has stage 4 cancer, and our family has been through so much through the past year, and I'm just so grateful to be here at this point of the year, at this holiday season. Thank God for all the blessings that I have, and I hope that that really comes through in this music. So I'm excited. Sunday, 12/19, Matt Johnson, A New World, Advent. Hey, you like that? You like the Christmas twist?
Oh.
It's going to be nice, man. So, hey,
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent. Coach Quick, man, I tell you what, man, we are on and popping today, brother. So what you got?
Yes, sir. First, I'd just like to say, man, Matt, I'm with you. I love the Christmas holiday season too, and like you just said, man, with everything we've been through over the last year and a half, man, I'm truly grateful and thankful to be here. So I'll definitely be listening for your album on Sunday. That's for sure.
Wear your ugliest sweater, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. My next question for you. Let's talk about the investment. Time. Please share with the listeners the time and attention that is needed to make the difference.
Oh my gosh. Two things. There is no sacrifice in this life for hard work.
Wow.
And that's like the biggest lesson that I've had to learn in my 20s as I go into my 30th year next year. There is no sacrifice for hard work. And two, one of my favorite things that I always try to keep in the forefront of how I make music and how I approach getting on the stage and just everything. Michael Jackson, every single thing he did it with a perspective of excellence. So I guess just my answer to you is there really is no sacrifice. There's no sacrificing hard work. If you really want this and you really want something out of this life, especially as an artist, like investment, it takes everything. It takes all your time. It takes all your money. Just being totally honest with you guys, like, I don't have a relationship. I don't go out and party at the club with my, people that are my age. Like my entire 20s, I've spent the greater half of my life pursuing being an entertainer. And I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. I was on national television. That tremendously helped me. I'm blessed to be able to now tour all over the state of Virginia 3 or 4 nights a week professionally. That's what I do. I've lost 100 pounds since I was on national television. It's crazy, man. Like, just so, again, there's no sacrifice for hard work. And Lamont, I've been thinking about this all day so I could find a way to say this to you. I think one of the first times I ever met you, Lamont, when me and my dad came to your house, I was maybe like 17 years old or something, and we were about to go into the studio for the very first time I had ever been in the studio. And you and Victor and my dad were like, we're going to take you to the studio. And you had these 2 books, and one of them was called Good to Great.
Yep.
And the other one was called Built to Last. And those words have stuck with me for my whole life. If you want to be great, there's a difference between being good and being great. And it's that extra hard work and being built to last. Like, dude, I don't care that I don't have a record deal yet. I don't care that everything hasn't worked out. I know that God's got a plan for me. And if I can continue to just put my absolute whole heart into everything I do, I know something crazy is coming for me. So.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Yeah, well, Matt, I appreciate you tossing that out, Matt. And here's the thing, and what I try to do is, as we go through life, life is going to challenge us. Life is not easy. Life is at times difficult. But as I tell my son, and I was told, is it's tough being a man, but we got to be men. And then when we have opportunities to sow, we got to sow, and that's all that I try to do is just because here's the thing, I'm a product of, number one, listening. I'm a product of surrounding myself with wise counsel, and then once that is dumped in the pot, on the side of the pot, people don't realize, and I think everybody has it, but they sometimes don't realize that you got to. If you don't realize it, you got to kind of turn the pot, and there's a valve on the side. And part of that is to be able to pour into other people. And that's all that I've tried to do in my walk is as I've been fortunate and blessed to be around, people like your dad who I respect because, one, he's been there, done that. Your uncle has been there, done that. And then when you surround yourself with people like that, it gives you opportunity to sow back into your life. It gives me an opportunity to sow back in Coach Quick's life. And again, in order to make a difference, because you're talking about, you'll be 30. I hit 55 a couple weeks ago. And when you get 55, you start reflecting more because there's less in front of me than behind me. That's what my
dad says. That's literally what my dad says every day.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
So and in this walk, that's what it's about, is being able to stop and make sure that we're sowing the seeds that we need to sow, because there's going to be a time that somebody's got to pick the mantle up and run further. And I was teasing Coach Quick earlier, and then I'll say this, then we'll get back into it, is as when he hits the big time and he tells me, well, we're doing it together. Yeah, but there's going to come a time that I've got to step away from this. And then my hope and dream is that somebody out there that's heard this gives him the shot, whether it's ESPN, his own show, and then that's when I sit back and then I'm satisfied.
Oh my gosh.
That the combination of things that we've done together will exalt him and move him to that next level. So I appreciate your words there. So with that, we play the name game, and so at this time, that's why I kind of want to take you as we toss out a couple names. And here's the first name, Alex Johnson. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Wow. Yeah, man. My mom is undeniably my saving grace and angel in this life. So there's not one word or one sentence or a whole book that I could begin to say about that woman. I love her and both of my parents just so much, man. I am a product of my parents' love and support and belief in me. And so, oh my gosh, especially after, I just told you that, my mom has had a pretty hard time with her health over the past couple years. So just to be here at the Christmas season and have my mom feeling good and the family's here and everything's good, dude, I'm blessed.
Amen.
I'm happy.
Amen. All right. The next name, Chris Johnson.
Ooh, Chris Johnson, retired rapper from Myrtle Beach, my brother. Oh my God, I know, I love him. I love him very much, man.
Excellent.
I don't get to see him very much. He works very, very hard in Myrtle Beach, but I'm really excited. He's coming home for Christmas. My brother really inspires me to work hard with my music. The last album that I put out last year, my brother helped me write the title song. So love him. Love you, Chris.
Excellent. And the last but not least, Wendell Johnson.
Ooh, the big man, the VIP. My dad is the best. Last night, I had the opportunity in Stanton, Virginia, to host the Valley's Voice competition. Basically, I got to be a judge.
Excellent.
I was singing the song, looked over, my dad's sitting there at the club. So my dad is the best. He shows up when I least expect it. He's just the absolute best. And from the very, very beginning of my music career, my dad has been the one that's been like, Matthew, you literally can do anything that you put your mind to. So I love you, Dad.
Excellent, man. So we certainly appreciate you sharing through that segment. As we step away, we're going to have a honor and privilege to give you a sneak preview of Matt's new release, By the Tree. Enjoy.
It's right here by the tree. It's just you and me. Come on. Look at all the lights and just slow down. It's always beautiful when you're around. Greatest gift I've ever found. Come on, let it just be. For one night we're gonna be happy. Baby, yeah. All I really wanna be is right here by the tree. It's just you and me. And all I really wanna be is right here by the tree. It's just you and me. And all I really wanna be is right here by the tree.
All right, we're back in. What can I say but wow. Thanks so much, Matt, for allowing us to have a sneak preview of By the Tree right here on Basketball More Than a Game. Now I'll kick it over to Coach Quick.
Yes, sir. Matt, you've been in musical productions. Is that something that you would like to pursue?
Wow, man. Yeah, so I actually went to college in Virginia for theater, and I just, at the moment, I didn't think that that's what I wanted to do, so I stopped doing theater for a long time, but, if I got the opportunity to do professional theater, I would take it in a heartbeat. I think, just being honest, the reason I started doing theater when I was a little kid is because it was the only opportunity in my small little town just to get to sing, so there's a soft spot in my heart for theater always, brother.
Yes, sir, definitely. So I imagine that you like a lot of the Tyler Perry stuff that he's.
Oh yes, you know I don't know a lot of his stuff, but everybody knows Medea, and everybody I saw the plays before he got big. Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, Coach G, I see you standing over there in the studio ready to lay this track down, so I'm going to kick it over to you.
All right, man. Let me make sure my volume is just right. But no, I appreciate you going there, Coach Quick, because that's what I was going to tell Matt. I said, man, we got to get this guy down to the ATL. Either we gonna get him on the corner of the Tyler Perry Studios and let him just stand out there and start singing. So when Tyler turns in the driveway, he'll put his window down and say, "Hey, man, get in the car. We got to talk." But
that's the dream. Do you know how Tyler Perry got so famous? He was like, apparently, from what I understand, he was working in a hotel, and it was one of the hotels Oprah was at, and he just waited every day to find the right perfect moment to say something to her. So you get me down there, we'll be in Atlanta. My butt will be singing on the corner, man. You let me know.
So we got to make some calls and make that happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey, so here's where I want to go. And again, we talked about The Voice and not really wanting to not highlight some of that stuff. We know, and I know it was a lifetime experience, and I've gone, and actually I know Coach Quick has gone back several times and watched your performance. I want to take you. If you don't mind, I want you to take our listening audience to the moment when the chair was turned.
Wow, man. I will gladly talk about being on The Voice for the rest of my life. It was the best experience ever. Harry Potter magical, man. The actual moment of the chair turning, man, we got to take it back a second to the moment.
Go ahead.
So, there were 50,000 people that auditioned for my season. They bring 100 or so people out to California, and I ended up as one of the last 48 people. And on the last day of auditions, I was sitting in a room with my parents. There were probably 10 people ahead of me that had been waiting in line to go before me, and they just pulled me quickly, and I'll never forget. They were like, "Matt," and I was like, "What?" And they were like, "This is going to go so fast, you can't believe it. So take a big, deep breath, and we're going to run across the street, and in 10 seconds, you're going to sing." And I was like, "Oh, my God, cool." So we run over the street to go to the studio, and I get there, and my vocal coach, who was a queen, was waiting for me, and she was like, "Are you ready to practice the song one more time?" And I was like, "Yeah, please." And she was like, "We're not practicing the song. We don't have time for that. I'm just going to tell you one thing." And I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "Breathe." And literally, I'll never forget, she said breathe, and 3 of the producers put their hands on my back and shoved me through the door. And I will never forget seeing those red chairs with the people sitting in it for the first time.
Wow.
There was, I'm not lying, I swear, there was a red glowing aura around all 4 of the chairs. and then the moment that they actually turned around, man, you guys saw, I cried on national television like a big baby for 5 straight minutes, and then they brought my mom up there, and we all cried on national television. It was mostly just Matt Johnson crying. That was pretty much it. So, but amazing, man. Just like I told you earlier, I auditioned for the show so many times, and got really far and got really close so many times. So to finally get that validation from Jennifer Hudson, who is literally the best female vocalist of all time. Yeah, man. For the rest of my life, I just feel very validated and very encouraged. And one of the last things that me and Jennifer talked about, I told her, I was like, "You have really encouraged me that you could lose all that weight that you lost." I told her, "I'm going to lose 100 pounds. And I did. And one day soon, I'm going to see her, man. Somehow, some way, I'm going to see her. And I'm going to tell her, J-Hud, you helped me change my life." The Voice absolutely changed my life forever, man. More so than just being on TV or your social media following. It was just so truly validating. So
Excellent, man. Excellent. Coach Quick, man, what do you think?
Man, awesome story, man. And I think Matt is really on his way, and it's going to be outstanding to be able to see him performing on stage and doing what he does best and accepting that Grammy Award one day soon.
Hey, dude, that's the goal. Matt Johnson, Madison Square Garden, 2022. I'm calling it.
Oh man, they said I like that, man. I like that, Coach Quick, man. That's got the Grammy.
You guys will be there front row.
You know what, Coach Quick, we'll be on the security detail. I'll be like, okay, sir, can you step back? Can you step back and let Mr. Johnson up on stage? All right, we'll be selling. We'll be doing signing autographs, 8x10 glossies after.
For a price.
Yeah.
For a nominal fee. I'm just joking. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So I got one for you, Matt. So in the let's just do a little, since Coach Quick planted some seeds there. Let's go ahead and let's just do a little cultivating here. If you had a chance, who would be the dream artist that you would love to work with?
Alicia Keys, undeniably. Hands down, Alicia Keys is my muse in this life. I pray to the Lord every day that somehow we will come together. My favorite story to tell people about The Voice, Jennifer Hudson, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Jay Hutch, changed my life. She's amazing. Wouldn't trade that experience for $1 million. But Alicia Keys and John Legend are my two favorite artists in the world. And Alicia Keys was the coach on the season of The Voice right before me, and John Legend was the coach right after me.
Wow.
But Don't get me wrong, Jennifer Hudson was just as good, if not better. But Alicia Keys, there's just something, ever since I was a little kid, man, she's just like everything I aspire to be. A good person, so intelligent. Her philanthropy is amazing. Her music is amazing. I could talk about it for days, dude. Yeah. Alicia, if you're listening to Basketball is More Than a Game, call me.
All right. Anyway, yeah. That's exactly right. You know what? And again, we got a security detail. We can head that up as well. Coach Quick, man, what's popping?
Yes, sir. Matt, okay, since Coach G went there with that, your artist that you would want on your album the most. I know you said Alicia Keys is who you want to work with, but what artist would you want on your album the most?
To collaborate on a song for my album. Let me think about that. You know who I really love right now, man? You guys know who Leon Bridges is?
I've heard of the name, yes, sir.
He's a really big like pop, like roots. I'm surprised you don't know who that is. He's like a roots rock big dude right now. Black guy, really awesome. Go look him up. Leon Bridges. He's amazing.
Yes, Leon Bridges. Okay, I have to do that.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Quick. Since you got Leon Bridges with Matt Johnson, Matt, I'm coming to you and say, all right, so now you guys have inked this deal. You get ready to perform. What stage are you playing on? What's the venue?
Well, for me, it's Madison Square Garden, man. That's my ultimate bucket list. It's happening. I'm telling you. We got the security detail already pegged down. We're good.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Don't get no bigger than that.
Watch out. We're going to have to let Spike Lee know that we come into the Garden with Alicia Keys. And who was the gentleman that you called it? I forgot that quick.
Leon Bridges.
We got Alicia Keys, Leon Bridges, and Matt Johnson coming to the Madison Square Garden. So, folks, listen, we've got on Matt Johnson, recording artist, Stanton, Virginia. You know him from The Voice. His new project is dropping on Sunday. So, Matt, if you don't mind, give us some information so how people can follow you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Like I said, I play all over the state of Virginia and beyond. If you guys want to hear my music or see where I'm going to be, you can follow me everywhere, all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, at Matt J Sings, MattJSings.
Excellent. All right, Coach Quick, I'm gonna have a couple of closing comments, and then I'll kick it over to you. So first of all, Matt, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your talent. I've seen you grow from a little kid to a young man. Yes, to a man as you continue to pursue your dreams. We're always here for you, to support you, to encourage you. But most of all, we are here. Again, and that's just in conversation. A lot of times people don't realize that, we have to have, what I always tell people is that you've got to be able to surround yourself to be able to get that honest feedback, accountability. I lean on your dad. I lean on Victor to be able to say, you know what, somebody says you got to surround yourself with wise counsel. So we encourage you to keep pushing. And if there's anything that we can ever do going forward, you know where we are. And I just certainly appreciate and look forward to the project dropping on Sunday, and as well as this show dropping on Sunday. So we're going to be hitting the ground running. So it's going to be Matt Johnson heavy on Sunday. So people, yes, exactly right. People download it and get a hold of this show and as well as his new album. So Coach Quick, I'll kick it to you.
Yes, sir. Matt, first and foremost, it was truly a pleasure to have you on our show today. Man, and even when I put you on the spot, you just nailed it to the fullest.
Thank you, sir. Hey.
Yes, sir. You have an amazing voice. Man, keep doing what you're doing and allowing God to use you to bless others, because your voice is going to reach somebody someday real soon if it hadn't already. Man, we really appreciate you being on this show. You're a humble, grounded young man, and I see big things in your future. Like I said, that Grammy's coming. That collab is coming with Alicia Keys and Leon Bridges. So I salute you, young sir. To God be the glory, and continue to keep him first.
Yes, sir.
All my love to both of you gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Matt, whip that, man. So again, congratulations, and we'll toss it to you for your closing comments, Matt.
Wow. Well, I'll just take it back to what I've been talking about all night. Christmas. Hey, guys. I hope you guys, whatever you celebrate out there, whatever that is this holiday season, I hope you guys can really take a moment to just pause, breathe, surrender yourself. You know, we only get one spin on this rock. So that's something that I've really had to learn recently. So every single day is a blessing. Be with your family, look them in the eyes, love them, hug them, break their ribs, squeeze them. Yeah, just spread good vibes, man. There's enough bad stuff going on in the world right now. And follow Matt J. Sings. Hey.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So we certainly appreciate it. So whip that. Coach Quick, it's Christmas week. Get us to the locker room.
Yes, sir. For Coach Goins, our very special guest, recording artist Matt Johnson, and for myself, Coach Quick, we'll see you in the gym.
You've been listening to Basketball More Than a Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick. Our podcast is available on podbean.com.